Hey family, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here because guess what? It's confession time. So today I'm going to be sharing with you something real. It's something we've all been through. Hashtag I used to judge you. Yeah, big time. Self-righteous was my middle name. Okay, so growing up the good girl, what's the best part about being a good girl? Well, everybody thinks you are and everybody loves you, and because everybody loves you, you can't do any wrong, right? Wrong. So growing up the good girl, I had to keep my image, and by doing that I definitely did everything I could to cover up my own problems, my own sins, my own everything. A lot of times I got caught because definitely my parents are very religious people. They very much pray a lot. They have a personal relationship with Jesus, and because of that, they definitely got the inside scoop on what I was doing at all times. So I could barely get away with anything. But there was something that I did get away with a lot, and that was judging people internally on the inside. Now, naturally, I was a great friend. I love people. I hung out with everybody. I would make time to do people's hair, makeup, whatever it was. I wanted to be there. I wanted to party with you. I wanted to be your friend. That's what I was known for. And because of that, I wanted to be that person that everyone loved. And if I couldn't be that, well, what do? Cover it up. Make it look like you are. I became very skilled at putting on a veil, hence my YouTube channel, Janisha Unveiled, because that's why I'm sharing my stories with you, because I ain't perfect. So I would put on a veil, I would put on a cover, a mask, whatever that looked like, to make everyone love me. And because I had a people-pleasing problem, what else could I do but keep it to myself? Internally, judging you, thinking things about you, talking to other people about you. And I did. I was that person. It all started at church, at school. Girls around me were getting pregnant left and right. And so there were some girls that got pregnant and some that didn't. And at that time, I just thought, oh, they're probably not having sex. If they're not getting pregnant, they're not having sex. Or they're just really good at birth control. My friends that did get pregnant, of course, in church, on one hand, it was like, oh no, don't hang with them. They're not a good example for you. And then on the other side at school, it was, oh no, she looks crazy. She has a big belly and she's on campus or in high school, and that looks bad. So on both ends of the spectrum, whether in school, which was not a religious place, or in church, which was a religious place, of course, it looked bad. So again, if I'm the good girl and it's all about looking good, I can't look like either one of those two. So because of my self-righteousness, I began to trick myself. And so there were many times that I too got in relationships with boyfriends that I thought I should have at the time. We were of course not doing holy things, and so I got pregnant. But what did I do to cover up my name, my image, and my, what I would call, reputation? I had an abortion. Because I had an abortion, immediately I thought, okay, it's all over. Everything's good. Back to normal. Back to school. Back to church. Keep serving. Keep worshiping. Keep praying. Pretending like I'm praying. Keep reading my Bible. Whatever that looked like at that time. And move on with life. And so because I was doing that, I really tricked myself into thinking I was still this good girl. I was still better than everybody else because I didn't walk around with that belly. Yeah, right. It got worse. So because I was covering up my lie, I started to really think that I was better than everybody else. And because of that, it made me even more self-righteous than I already was and should have been. I would judge. I would talk about those girls. I would say, man, how do you get knocked up again? Are we supposed to be in school? Like, what you doing? You know, and totally forget that I too was that same girl. But because I chose abortion, a cover up, and they chose life for their baby, who was I? And that's literally how I live my life. I figured if I covered up what I thought no one else knew, or what I thought that would eventually go away, that it would eventually go away. No, it doesn't. Every year I go through a Mother's Day thinking about the babies that could have been here with me, that should have been here with me. I have to continually heal from that. It never goes away. Without even noticing, I was so afraid to be judged that I judged others. I was so big on pointing the finger that I totally forgot that I myself needed healing. I myself needed a journey of restoration and understanding of what I had gone through for so many years. A big part of my life in church and just in being a creative, I use serving and working and grinding and hustling as a way to also cover up what I was feeling and what I was going through. And I would go serve, like I would sign up for a new team or try to start a new brand or try to start a new ministry. I literally would try to drown myself in as much as I could do for others, thinking that I was internally healing myself, trying to fill a void that I was thinking that was gonna be filled eventually. Like, okay, one day I'll make it, one day it'll get filled, one day I will have this overwhelming peace that'll just make all my problems go away. I didn't even realize that the whole time I just didn't know how to tell my own truth. I didn't know how to be honest and say that I needed help, that I needed someone to talk to. I didn't know how to say, I'm hurt. And when hurt people are hurt, they just hurt more people. And to me, I lived that for so many years. I hurt other people, even though I didn't do it to them personally, out loud, or to their face, I did it internally. So it just built up this well in me that I knew was not right. I knew it wasn't, but I didn't know how to get out of it. So I was really hurting myself by staying hurt, by not searching or seeking healing. There's a quote from this book called The Language of Influence. It says, "The irony of masks is that we wear them to appear strong, yet people are drawn to us when we take them off." Masks, we tend to wear them because we think we're, they seem the good side, like how we take a selfie, you see only my highlight reels in my photos, but do you really know what it's like to go through what I've gone through? I had a great life, but a lot of that was hiding a lot of pain. And people really want to draw to someone that is willing to be vulnerable. I had a mentor tell me once, if you can share those vulnerable moments with someone, your team, they're more willing to respect you as a leader. They're more willing to be there for you when you have low moments as a leader. I had another mentor say that you truly know you are healed when you can share your story with someone at any given time. When God can tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, share your story with her because she needs it. If you ever have a moment like that and you're like, oh no, I can't share it. I can't do it. Because you're still feeling shame about it. Maybe you should probably check and see if you're really healed. And if not, that's okay. But recognize that and seek out that healing. Don't let a mask be the real you. Let the real you be the picture that they see, the light that they see, because all of us have gold and treasure inside of us, and it takes true friends and true loved ones and people that really care about us and people that really care to see the light in others to point it out. There's a scripture in Luke, I love it. Verse 41, why do you look at a splinter in your brother's eye, but don't notice the beam of wood in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, brother, let me take out the splinter that is in your eye, when you first don't see the beam of wood in your own eye? Hypocrite! First, take the beam of wood out of your eye. Then you will see clearly to take out the splinter in your brother's eye. God is clearly saying, we work so hard to take the splinter, like something so tiny that hurts. Yes, it hurts. But something so tiny out of somebody else's eye that we can't even see the doggone beam in our own eye. But Jesus is gangster. He was like, look, how you gonna take out somebody else's splinter? And you got a plank. You got a plank in your eye. You got this in your eye. And you worry about this in somebody else's eye. Do you see the difference? The size? This ain't even the size of a splinter. Like, bruh. Come on. But we do that daily. We're always judging. We're always looking at someone else's problems. Always going on somebody else's feed talking about what they're not doing. She what? Again? She pregnant? She with another dude? Oh my goodness. Hold up. Her too? What is in the water? That baby ain't gonna be that cute. She 9 months again? Girl, you was just 9 months last year. If you're like me, it's time to stop judging people. I had to learn the hard way. It don't feel good. Me trying to stuff my pain by talking about somebody else's never made mine any better. It wasn't until I actually faced what I was struggling with that I actually became a better person, that I actually got true healing from my own journey. So I remember praying one day and I said, Lord, if you really want me to be different and to do something different than to have abortions and to really be pro-life, I didn't even know what pro-life was, matter of fact. But if you really want me to be pro-life, God, then I gotta get involved. I can no longer talk about the problem, judge others, and put myself into situations that allow me to even get pregnant in the first place. I can't keep doing that. So I have to get involved with the solution. So instead of me going over to this guy's house or talking about this girl or just looking at what's going on in the world and like, oh my gosh, they got it bad, how about I actually get involved? How about I go serve at a pregnancy center? How about I go stand out in front of abortion clinics and pray? And God allowed me to do every last one of those things, and it was a blessing to my life. I'm not standing here, I'm not sitting here, I'm sorry, I'm sitting actually. I'm not sitting here today and talking to you from not going through this healing journey myself. A lot of times before we can encourage somebody else, we gotta get our own healing. The Bible says, and then you will see clearly to take the splinter out of your brother's eye. I wanna see clear. I don't wanna go in this on my own trying to help everybody else, and I can make a mess. I can hurt that person even more trying to help them if I can't see clearly. So the Lord wants us to get our own healing. Get your healing. Call someone, share your story, share with someone in your community. Hey, I need to deal with this. If you would like, you can message me. I can share with you the ministry that I went through myself, Surrendering the Secret. If you go to surrenderingthesecret.com, you can find information more about that Bible study. It's an 8-week Bible study session. So many of us, we are called to share our story, to help someone else out of the situation that they're going through because we went through it ourselves. It's funny sometimes how we will be in a circle and there's somebody we connect with, and then we end up talking to them and realize, yo, we went through the same thing. You too? Do we have a message in that moment to share with them, to encourage them, to uplift them? You never know when God will send somebody in your direction for you to be a blessing to them, for you to share your story. So again, that's what my channel is all about. I share my life stories. I want to share tips, different topics that I've experienced, so that way you can be inspired to share yours too. That's what we're here for. That's why we live in community together. What can we do today that can bless someone tomorrow? I never thought I would see myself talking about such a topic, talking about abortion in a way that will encourage others. Like who? What? The biggest area I was most ashamed of, I can now speak about boldly. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was really a big deal for me to have such a confession like this, but it's real, and a lot of us deal with it, and a lot of us go through it. We try to hide it, we try to act like we don't judge people, but naturally we do. I would like to hear your thoughts. Have you ever judged someone for something? And if you don't mind sharing, what was it? My community is all about sharing our story so that we can encourage somebody else to share theirs. There's no judgment here. This is a no judgment zone. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, see more photos of my crazy life, my dog, that's pretty much what I post about, and worship videos and quotes and scriptures that I've discovered for the day. Follow me on Instagram at Janisha Unveiled. Also, if you would like to connect with me, please send me an email at janishaunveiled@gmail.com. I would love to connect with you. Oh, if you like this video, don't forget to like it, and also if you would like to be notified of any more videos that I post, don't forget to subscribe. Peace. Salute. Bye bye.